Hello, hockey skaters and goalies around the world. Welcome back to another episode of The Ride to the Rink. It is Lee and Mike here today. We've got our friends Johan and Henrik here from Sweden, live from across the ocean, here to talk to you kids today a little bit about mental fitness and mental strength and things you can do today on your way to practice, on the way to the game, wherever you're going in hockey, to get your mind even more prepared for what's to come. So I'm going to throw it to Johan here to start, just to give some things you can do, either alone, with your team, with your parents, with your coaches, to get yourself in a better position to play today. Johan, go ahead.
First of all, I think let's talk about the tricky situation when you're playing, and maybe you're a little bit nervous. And I don't think you should avoid thinking about that. I think, on the contrary, that you should actually think about last time when you were nervous and be aware of why you were nervous, what you thought, and what kind of feelings you had, and actually think a little bit about them. Because in my world, where I come from as a sports psychologist, thoughts and feelings are actually your best friends. Without them, you wouldn't be the person you are. You wouldn't be happy, you wouldn't be sad, you wouldn't be nervous or anything. So they are actually your friends. So start to think about what happens in that situation. What happens when you maybe didn't make that pass? Or what happened when you made a pass? What was the difference? And why did you have those feelings? Because they are all natural. And you can actually practice this for 30 seconds or 1 minute in the car on the way to training, or when you're with your friends and ask your friend about the same thing. What do you feel when you miss that pass, or when you have a bad shift or anything? So try to not avoid your feelings, try to make them your best friends.
Henrik, anything with like mental fitness and being prepared takes time for you to actually proactively prepare for that. I think, so all the athletes that are coming to the rink right now, can you give them, a strategy, something they can do to reflect on their time going to practice, going to a heavy competition, going into a test in school? Like, what are some of the things we can do for our athletes that can help them build, their mental fitness in preparation for success and failure?
Yeah, so and just to emphasize on what you once said, so I have worked now with almost 100 different type of sports teams, teenagers, and I just want to say that everyone have thoughts and feelings, before a game, during a game, after a game, before a test in school, during the test, after the test. So just to be super clear there, we have thoughts and feelings every day, the whole time. And one of the things we do when we train mental fitness is that we work with something called SOAL. It stands for S, stop, O, observe, A, accept, L, let go. So SOAL. And that method, when you have that type of feeling as Johan described, you are nervous or something. Okay, so interesting, I'm nervous, observing why I'm nervous. Okay, I accept that I'm nervous. And by accepting something, the brain kind of starts to not pay so much attention to it. And then you are back to your behavior, your focus, what you're going to do, play skating, pass the puck, or do the test in school. So that's one super simple exercise that we teach and that the teens actually love. So SOAL is the word that I'm giving back to the kids here.
Henrik, one more time. Give what each letter in that stands for the kids.
Yeah, so it's S for stop, it's O for observe, it's A for accept, and then it's L for let go.
I love it. And kids listen, as Mike alluded to, that's great advice. And it's something you got to practice every single day. If you get it one time, that's great. You got to keep practicing and practicing. So I got to tell you kids this too. All right. I know you love the skill stuff. I know you love practicing the mishies and you love practicing the toe drag releases and everything. Some of you probably even love practicing your skating. This is just as, if not more, important than those skill sets, that if you're serious about training to be better, this is something you have to put in there every single day. And here's the cool part. If you get good at this and you keep working at this, it's actually going to enhance your physical skill sets, the mishies and the toe drags and the skating you'll learn faster. You'll get better faster. You'll have an open mind. One of the things we talked about on the big episode this week is limiting beliefs and growth mindset, right? Being able to accept things will not always go correctly, and that's absolutely part of it, and learning. And kids, I got to tell you, little secret about life, that never stops. It's something we all have to deal with for the rest of our lives. So instead of fearing it, SOAL, right? Learn about it, accept it, learn how to get past it, and acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge your emotions. That is like a superpower for a kid. All right. It's a superpower for adults too. Parents, if you're listening, but kids, it's a superpower for you to be ahead on that. All right. I love that. Does anybody,
and then
go ahead, Henrik, please.
Yeah. That just one more thing that I highly, highly recommend. So you have your game, you play the game, you're home now and you're in your room. It's a little bit later in the evening. Now it's time to think about your top 3 for today. So what have happened today, and think what was my top 3. And it might be, I'm from Sweden, so we love meatballs. So I might say, I got 10 meatballs for lunch instead of 8. That's a top 3 for me today. Or I had a very good training or very good practice. Or, I was laughing with my friends during the afternoon before we went into the rink. Find your top 3 for today and do that in the evening. That's my number 2 exercise here. That will definitely help you with performance, well-being, sleep, whatever. It's and if parents are listening too, or granddad or grandmother, it doesn't matter if you're 85 or 8. Top 3.
Yeah, and those are Swedish meatballs. They're much smaller than Italian meatballs.
I mean, now I just want meatballs, Henrik.
Yeah.
They are.
That's why you can eat 10 instead of 8.
Awesome.
Awesome. These are not the Italian ones, kids. That's a good point, Mike. Kids, listen. 2 golden nuggets in this episode: SOAL and the top 3 at night. Very easy things to start to think about every single day. And if your parents are listening, do it with your parents. Right? Ask your parents what their top 3 were at the end of the day. They probably need it just as much as you. And we said this on the big episode too. Most days, a majority of days, you will be able to find 3 things. It's important to acknowledge that. So what a great little episode this has been, Johan and Henrik, for the kids out there, and Mike as well. Does anybody have any final thoughts before I close this out?
Make your emotions and feelings and thoughts your friends.
I love it.
Yeah,
we'll bookend the episode on that one. That's going to do it for this edition of The Ride to the Rink. Kids, remember, no matter where you're at on your journey, we believe in you. You should too. For Mike, for Johan, for Henrik, I'm Lee. We'll see you on the next Ride to the Rink, everybody. Skate hard, get better, have fun. Take care.